For some reason, I just really wanted to say happy Friday. But it's Tuesday. It is only Tuesday, my friends. I just got my kiddo to sleep. I thought I was going to have a really easy bedtime because he didn't nap today. But I think I made the mistake of crossing the line from tired to overtired. That was a rookie move. I know better. Oh well. He's in bed and I have a million things that I need to get done tonight. But instead of being a responsible adult, I'm going to sit here for, 5 to 10 minutes and just ramble about some stuff. So it is May something or other. I don't even know what day it is. And I've got a couple weeks until my birthday, which is crazy. And my life is literally imploding on me. It seems like from every angle. I'm not going to say it couldn't get worse because we all know life can get worse, right? You don't ever say that because there's always worse. But things are really, really bad right now for me. And I'm not doing very well. And I'd like to be doing well because I am tired of my story. I am tired of my story of not being well. I can't even say it was fun for a little while and it's not fun anymore because it's never been fun. This is not fun at all. Sorry. My poor dog is sitting with me in the bathroom. He is my shadow. He is with me literally everywhere I go. And we have an owl that comes seasonally and the owl has returned and he's terrified of said owl. And when he's really, really stressed out, he gets the worst gas ever. I'm going to have to open every room, every window in all the rooms downstairs tonight, or else he's going to I don't know if you can die from, the gas the dog lets out, but if you can, I might be in for it. But anyway, I digress. I'm not doing great right now, and I would like to be doing great. I would like to be doing better than I'm doing because I'm trying to smile and laugh about it, but actually it's enough to make me want to cry. And I do cry about it sometimes. Actually, last week I cried more last week than I probably have in months combined because of just the state of some stuff that is going down. And my symptoms have so completely relapsed to a point where, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure that I've ever been this bad. And it could be just that it's been going on for so long that I'm so fatigued by it that maybe these symptoms comparatively are more mild than other symptoms I've experienced. But at the same time, my symptoms are horrible. They're horrible. And I just can't do another day like this. So it's too many things all at once. And even just the realization today that how many days can you wake up in a row where you literally think pretty much as soon as your feet hit the floor, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this today. No, I always do it, but it's not where I want to be. It's not the place in life that I want to be. And, I feel like sometimes life can be kind of cruel because on paper, I got my dream. And my dream sometimes feels more like a nightmare every single day. And I would like to think it's not too late to change that I can change the way the story is working out, that maybe this is just my shitty first draft and I have to try again. But I'm not having a lot of luck so far. So I did finally start taking one of the medications that my doctor had me take to try to jumpstart some stuff, and that kind of sucked. I knew it would. I was prescribed Zepbound, and I hate it. I was very ignorant my first day taking it. I was like, oh, look, no side effects. Until the next morning hit, and I was hugging my toilet, but that's okay. And then I hugged my toilet again the next day, and then by day 3, I was just crazy nauseous, but it's okay. He warned me it was an aggressive medication, And, because some of my systems are just broken. So we're trying that. And I have gotten to this super fortunate place where I suddenly kind of hate coffee. And that was one of my hangups. And I know this might sound stupid, but I've got 5 kids. Like, one is a toddler who's rambunctious and all the things. And I was just holding on to my coffee for dear life. Like, don't take this, don't take this. But all of a sudden, I don't know if it's the dairy, I don't know if it's the sugar, but I can't even tell you how many days I don't finish my cup of coffee. I just can't. I don't like it anymore. Well, I do kind of like it until it starts to make me feel sick, which is pretty fast. So, and I'm finding myself not like even looking forward to my coffee anymore. I think I'm drinking it to avoid the caffeine headache. So I had this genius idea was it Friday? Thursday? I don't know, one day, Friday, Thursday or Friday. I went to the grocery store. I spent a small fortune somehow, while also forgetting 2 of the main things I needed, but that's a story for another day. And I decided that I was going to pick up some energy drinks. In my mind at the time, I thought that was a good idea. Now, I've not had an energy drink since before I was pregnant with my now almost 11-year-old daughter. So do the math, that's a few years. I used to drink a ton of them, though. I would have to work overnight shifts unexpectedly, and I would roll in with like 2 giant monsters. So I'm not unfamiliar with energy drinks. I'm also not even slightly worried about the caffeine content because I calculated the approximate amount of caffeine that I may drink on a day-to-day basis. And I'm suddenly having less questions about my anxiety levels. Not good. So, my caffeine consumption is not the only reason that I'm anxious. It's probably not helping. So, but I bought a few of these, and I think it was just, I was kind of desperate trying to figure out what to do. The flavor also sounded really good. So, I don't know. I bought a few, hid them because I didn't want anybody else to get them. Then realized this might not be a good path to go down, like as a long-term replacement, because while it sounds delicious and I feel like it will serve its purpose for me, a few mornings with a cup of coffee replacement, and the fact that, one of these is shy of $2 at Aldi. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee from any coffee shop around here if I was out and about. So I can see the perks of having some of these around. Also, I think, having something with some flavor in it might be nice as I'm, going from a cup of coffee with lots of flavor to nothing but water. Maybe this will help me smooth over the transition. I also admittedly don't know that I want to go down the rabbit hole or train, or I don't know the right way to word this, but I don't really think that I want to take the path where I replace my coffee habit with an energy drink habit, not as a long-term viable solution. So I actually purchased some caffeine pills today. I can't take credit for the idea. My husband was like, why don't you Google how much is in a caffeine pill? And I looked it up, and there's a brand of vitamins that I've used forever, and they make caffeine pills, and they conveniently make 100 milligram caffeine pills, which sounded way better to me because the 200 scared me a little bit just because, I don't know, it shouldn't. I drink giant coffees with 300 milligrams of caffeine, but this is nice because then I can dose myself and I can wean myself off of caffeine, because that was also my other concern. Like, I know once I kick the sugar in, like I've done the routine, but the caffeine headache for some reason just a little bit scared of it. So, because in all of my years of doing using myself as a science experiment, I've actually never fully given up caffeine. Maybe with the exception of like a week here or there once in a while when I had to. So I typically have never given up caffeine. Now, when pregnant and breastfeeding, I reduced my caffeine content down to a single cup of coffee, but that's still a cup of coffee. So I'm going to wean myself off of caffeine, and I hope that will be the final boost to get me fully on board with being on an actual elimination diet. I don't think I'm going to give up my eggs. Like, dairy, fine. Take my dairy. I don't give a shit. Pardon my language. I don't really feel like I can give up eggs yet. So I'm just not going to, because if that is the barrier between that and the coffee getting me to do it, then it's worth just leaving in. And if I still feel like trash in a little bit, I'll take away the eggs and see if I feel better. But yeah, my life is I don't know. My life is literally feels like it's imploding. My symptoms. I can't remember a time I actually felt worse than I do right now. Like I have some work that I need to do in the house for tomorrow morning. And the thought of having to stand up and do anything kind of honestly makes me want to cry because it just hurts literally everywhere. It hurts to just simply be alive. There is not a place on my body that doesn't hurt right now. This morning I was checking out my stash of over-the-counter pain medicine. My 500 count bottle of Tylenol has 2 left. My 80 count bottle of Aleve has 4 left. And my Motrin, it's like a 120 count bottle. It's like a quarter. There's only about a quarter left. I took a little video of it and I accidentally said I usually take Tylenol over Motrin because it works better. And I really meant to say that I take Aleve over Motrin because it works better. But depending on what hurts, Tylenol actually does work better sometimes. I just gauge what part of my body is the most pissed off, and that's the course I start with. But anyway, yeah, so I have to go do some work, and it's going to take me 3 times longer than it should because it hurts to breathe. And if I ever needed motivation to do something, that would probably be it. I burn head to toe. Everything hurts. And like not just a little everything hurts, like I'm probably using a lot of unhealthy humor right now because if I didn't, I'd probably literally go insane. And yeah, I can see how chronic pain leads to some pretty awful things long term for people. So who knows? Maybe I'm experiencing this to bring me to a point where I can use my experience and sympathy and empathy and all the things to do something good with it. But right now I'm still a bit too far down the hole to do anything good for anybody. So my literal only goal, honestly, these days is to keep my children healthy, happy, mostly, because I can't make them happy all the time, fed, and that I keep my cool with them. Because kids are annoying sometimes, and when you're in pain, kids are really annoying because, you know, when you can't stand yourself, it's really hard to stand someone whining because you put the wrong cartoon on. So it is my goal to just only be kind, and I am using literally any and all things I can to make sure that at the end of the day, kindness was my number one priority. Like today, I let my kids watch TV all afternoon. It was a terrible choice because it wasn't the designated day of the week to watch TV. I am not sticking to the things that I set, and I'm going to pay for it later. But letting them watch TV meant that I didn't have to deal with as many things, which meant that I was kind. And I made dinner out of a bag from the freezer that I had plans to do something a little bit more elaborate with, and I didn't. I just cooked it. But everyone ate, and everyone went to bed with, where I could honestly close my eyes tonight and say, like, I was kind to everyone that came in my path. Even though I hate it myself right now, I was still kind to them. So I shouldn't even say I hate myself because I actually really don't hate myself anymore, which is a huge improvement, by the way. But I think I just can't extend the experience of being in my body right now because it hurts so very much. So, and I'm sure my body can't stand me because I, for some reason, won't take meaningful action to fix the things that are hurting it so badly. So I guess who's at fault for this one, right? But anyway, it's been almost 15 minutes of me rambling and starting to lose my train of thought. So I'm going to go be a grown-up and do the things that I actually need to be doing. And yeah, tomorrow's another day.